Hey guys, so today I was digging through my sample drawer because I'm traveling tomorrow, and I was seeing that I have a lot of like actual makeup samples and not just, you know, the normal like skincare, face wash, perfume samples. And so I decided that instead of doing everything I needed to do today, I'm gonna film this and I want to do a full face of samples part 2. I feel like I didn't get to do that video quite how I wanted it. I thought I had more samples than I actually had, so I think I have a little bit of a better selection this time, and so I wanted to do it again. So I'm not using any of the same stuff that I used in my last full face of samples video, except for one thing that is a small little eyeshadow, because I have no other eyeshadow samples. I have tons of everything else but no eyeshadow samples, so what are you gonna do? So for this, I'm even gonna be using my Beauty Blender sample. I got this as a sample. I know it's just one of those mini ones, but it still counts. I get that Sephora Play Box every month, and basically it's just like, you know, for $10 a month you get like 5 deluxe samples or whatever, and this was in one of them. So I'm gonna use this today, even though I don't know how well it's gonna work considering my nails are bigger than this. It got a tiny bit bigger wetting it. So for foundation, I am going to be using this Stila All Day Stay Foundation and Concealer. So this is Fair 2, which might be a tiny bit too dark for me, but we'll live. And then I figure for like contour and stuff, I will use the dark shade. I've never tried this foundation before, so that's why I wanted to use it. Alright, it should be like an okay-ish color. Not my color, but somewhere around there. Now we have blended it all out with this mini beauty blender. Don't you worry. I will definitely not make you sit here with me for 20 minutes while I blend this out. So this foundation is supposed to be high definition, buildable, weightless. It doesn't say anything about the coverage. It says it's buildable. That doesn't really tell me like what the coverage is supposed to be, because I'm not really getting super great coverage. Like I'm probably getting like low, medium, maybe like highlight, low, medium coverage. So I can basically still see everything under my skin. Okay, I'm done with that. 2 hours later, practically. Since that foundation wasn't super full coverage, I'm gonna take this Milk Blur liquid foundation in Golden Deep and try to contour with that instead. Because if there's no coverage, like it's not gonna show up, you know? This is all you get in this sample. I wouldn't even think I would have enough in here for like a full face. Oh, it's actually gonna be perfect. You know, I'm sure I'm talking, this might have been a little bit too much. So, you know, if you ever put too much, don't even worry about it. Just, I know that it's like tempting to just like scrape it all off, but just keep blending it and eventually it'll look okay. If you ever put too much, you can also go over it with your regular foundation a little bit. I might do that to clean up, like right here. Does that look okay? I can't tell. I am really going for a nose contour right now. I also take it back. You don't really need that much for this foundation. I prejudged. It's actually really full coverage. That looks okay, right? I feel like I'm gonna go back in editing and look so orange. So for highlight, I have a sample of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. I know that I think you're supposed to just mix these in with things, but I'm just gonna put them on my face as they are. I think this little itty bitty dropper is so cute though. Like, look at how small. I actually got these drops right when they're like really hyped. And I don't know, I just like wasn't a huge fan of them. but I was really trying to mix them in with things, and I just feel like it made my foundation kind of dry. And I'm not really a huge fan of like liquid highlights, but I don't know. Maybe this will change it. They're actually blending into the skin really nicely though. It looks like a healthy glow, like a really healthy glow, and not even like really highlighter, I think. It's just like really melting in. It just looks so dewy. I'm gonna put like a tiny bit here and here. I'm so happy with everything so far. This is going 20 times better than the last full face of sample goes. I was like so sad in that video because everything was just not going how I planned, but this one actually looks really good. My face looks, although it looks orange, I actually don't look bad, so getting somewhere. Next I have a little sample of the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I like this stuff, but I felt like when I had mine I went through it so incredibly quick. Not sure what shade this is. This is shade 3. I think this is darker than what I'd normally use, but that's okay. Luckily, I think my brows are like grown out just enough so that it doesn't look super sparse with just like this in it. But they're not like, you know, the exact shape and everything I would want. Low-key though, I'm actually having a lot of trouble holding this with my nails. So fun story. So once upon a time, Benefit emailed me and asked me for my address so they could send me stuff. So, and this was when I really kind of started getting a little bit more PR. So I was like really excited about it. And when you start out getting PR, you get an email from a company and they're like, hey, we'd love to send you stuff. You literally like wait at your door every single day. That might just be me. I hope not. But if you've ever gotten sent anything, then you would know that pretty much sometimes you're like, oh my god, a package, and then you just kind of wait for it. They emailed me, I think it was like in June, and then they're like, look out for a package in July. So July passed and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not getting anything. Like, I was like slightly disappointed just because I think it's kind of weird when a company asks for your address and then they don't send anything. Not that they have to, but then like why ask in the first place? It's just kind of like, I was just kind of like, oh, maybe they got the address wrong, maybe something happened. So, but I didn't think it was like a big deal. So I tweeted, and I have like 3,000 followers on Twitter, okay? No one looks at my Twitter. No one cares about my Twitter. I forgot to put on the primer and the moisturizer I picked out. Anyway, so I tweeted something like, Benefit asked for my address and never sent anything, and I'm sad about it. A big company reaching out feels like, oh my god, like you've made it almost, even though you haven't. If that makes sense. And then, like, I didn't expect anything of it at all. Because, again, I don't have any followers. I'm not verified on anywhere. You know, I didn't think they would see it. And I didn't even at them. I just, like, was just tweeting. I don't know. That's all I do on Twitter is complain. What else do people do on Twitter? Then they added me back and was like, hey, something just might be taking a little longer. We'll get something out to you. And then like a couple days later, I received like a really small package, like 2 pencils and like a Gimme Brow or something of like that. And then I haven't gotten anything from them since. But I know like a lot of other people that received the same email that I did at one time, getting like packages consistently. So I think that I pissed off Benefit. Sorry, Benefit. Love you, Benefit. They won't see this either. So next I have the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner, which I'm going to try to be careful and not really get on my eyelash extensions. But I know that for a lot of people this was like their favorite eyeliner ever, but I never really used it. Doing this without touching your eyelashes is really hard. These eyelash extensions have honestly changed my life, and I've only had them for like 12 hours. Next, I have the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This looks like a decent brush. I don't really like brushes that are like really thick, just because I feel like I can never use them. I only putting this on my bottom eyelashes. Then for lipstick, I'm going to use this Marc Jacob lipstick in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. My lips are like way stained right now, so they're really pink. I don't usually wear dark pinky, but this seems to be like the only color that comes in samples. And then I feel like the coolest part is I have a mini setting spray. So this is the Face Coola makeup setting spray. So I'm trying not to get these wet. Maybe it's not a setting. It is a makeup setting spray. It smells like sunscreen. That's it. It also has the strongest sprayer I've ever put on my face. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it turned out way better than my last video did. I would definitely wear this out. No complaints here. Things that I would change is I would probably actually fill in my brows. I don't feel like I can just use GimMe brow at this point. My brows are almost two different shapes. This one's curvy, this one's like sharp. Also, I'm just not a really big fan of pink lipstick on me unless it's like neon pink. It needs to be neon pink or light pink. I don't like anything really in between. Not a huge fan most of the time. I just don't think it's like my color, if that makes sense. So sorry I forgot the primer and the moisturizer, but that is all I have for you guys today. I encourage you to actually like look through the samples that you get sometimes when you order like Sephora or go to Ulta or something like that, because sometimes they have good stuff. Like this little setting spray is 1/5 the size of the full one, which obviously, you know, 1/5 of the size, but you can still get some pretty good use out of it. This also has about like 1/5 of the amount of product, which, you know, you can at least use for like a solid week and a half. I know a lot of people just like throw the samples away or never use them, and sometimes I'm guilty of that, but I definitely like trying new stuff, and these types of samples are a great way to try them. So I'm going to go try to pack for my trip now. So if you like this video, please give it a like, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!